Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to unpack some incredible insights from board-certified kidney doctor Blake Schussman. The goal here? To help you navigate a stage 3 chronic kidney disease diagnosis with total confidence. Look, getting a diagnosis like this can be incredibly frustrating. Without the right context, it's honestly flat-out scary. But today, we're changing that narrative. We're going to take that fear and transform it into actionable, empowering knowledge.
Here's our roadmap for today. First, beyond the dialysis fear. Second, decoding stage 3 CKD. Third, causes and progression trajectories. Fourth, taking control with diet and lifestyle. And finally, your doctor discussion guide. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. Beyond the dialysis fear.
If you've just been diagnosed, I'd bet your mind jumped straight to one terrifying word: dialysis. Just seeing that word, or even thinking about it, can trigger absolute panic, right? It's like the ultimate worst-case scenario that instantly flashes in our minds when we hear kidney disease. But let's just take a breath and instantly de-escalate that fear with a really comforting fact straight from our source material.
Dr. Schussman says, luckily, most people with stage 3 chronic kidney disease don't end up needing dialysis. I mean, read that again. It is so important. This is literally the most crucial thing for you to remember right now. Hearing you have stage 3, yeah, it means it's time to pay attention. But it is absolutely not time to give up hope. Your kidneys are working at a level that isn't considered normal, sure. But for a lot of people, you really just need to understand what's happening and keep an eye on it.
Moving to Section 2. Decoding stage 3 CKD.
So your doctor's probably going to throw around the term eGFR. That stands for Estimated Glomerular Filtration Rate, which, yeah, is a total mouthful. But simply put, your eGFR is just the lab number that estimates your overall kidney function. Dr. Schussman suggests a great way to look at this. Think of your GFR as basically a percentage of how well your kidneys are working. Now, scientifically, it's not a perfect 1-to-1 percentage, but honestly, it is the best, most practical way for us to visualize exactly where our kidney health stands right now.
And you know, stage 3 isn't just one giant, vague category. It's actually split into two parts, 3A and 3D. This gives us a much more specific picture of your kidneys' filtering ability. Stage 3A means your kidneys are filtering at an estimated rate between 45 and 59. Stage 3B means that estimate has dropped a bit, down to between 30 and 44. Knowing exactly where you fall on this spectrum, that's your very first step to taking back control.
But why do we focus so heavily on the number 3? Well, stages 1 and 2 represent very mild kidney abnormalities. Stage 3, though, that is the exact point where things shift from mild to requiring some real focused attention. It's the threshold where a nephrologist, a specialized kidney doctor, usually needs to step in and help you map out a solid game plan.
Section 3. Causes and progression trajectories.
Understanding the why behind your diagnosis gives you incredible power over the what's next. There are a few usual suspects when it comes to kidney stress. High blood pressure and diabetes, those are huge culprits, along with just general aging. But it can also be triggered by certain medications, autoimmune diseases, or even something structural, like maybe you've had one kidney removed and the remaining one is just struggling to keep up. Pinpointing your specific underlying cause with your doctor is absolutely step 1 in managing all this properly.
And once you know the cause, you've got to understand your trajectory. The amazing news here is that your path forward isn't set in stone. A lot of people remain stable, literally staying in stage 3 for the rest of their lives. Others might experience a really slow progression over decades. Now, a smaller group might face a rapid progression over just a few months. But here's the real kicker. Surprisingly, thanks to modern medicine, getting better is actually a real possibility. Dr. Schussman points out that historically, doctors used to think kidneys just couldn't improve. But today, with new meds and proactive management, we're actually seeing kidney function get better. I mean, that is just incredible progress.
Now, as you and your doctor are figuring out your specific trajectory, they're going to look for other signs of active kidney stress. And one of the most vital clues is checking for protein in the urine. If protein is showing up there, it's a massive red flag. It tells us your kidneys are under active stress right now, and that requires immediate intervention.
Moving right along to Section 4. Taking control with diet and lifestyle.
Who says a kidney-friendly diet has to be totally boring? Dr. Schussman uses a healthy broccoli salad as a perfect example of how you can swap out harmful ingredients for seriously delicious alternatives. Think about a classic, unhealthy southern broccoli salad, loaded with bacon, heavy cheddar, mayo, tons of salt. We can easily fix that. Swap in some smoked paprika to get that rich, smoky flavor without the bacon. Use just a little sprinkle of Parmesan instead of a mountain of thick cheddar. Add apple cider vinegar for some tang, pepitas for a nice crunch, lower sugar-dried cranberries for a touch of sweetness, and most importantly, just leave the salt shaker completely alone. You end up with something crunchy, tart, sweet, and perfectly healthy for your kidneys.
But beyond making a killer salad, there are daily, actionable lifestyle tweaks that actively protect your eGFR. You absolutely have to control your blood pressure and blood sugar. Your diet needs to pivot to low sodium and higher fiber, which means avoiding processed meats entirely and really limiting red meat. Depending on your specific labs, you might also need to manage your potassium levels. And this one is crucial. You've got to review absolutely every medication and supplement you take with your doctor. Seriously, even some common over-the-counter pills can severely impact your kidney health.
Speaking of supplements, I want to be super clear about this blunt truth directly from our source. There are absolutely no miracle cures for chronic kidney disease. None. Please do not fall for online scams or magical supplements that just drain your wallet and potentially wreck your body. Stick to the proven science, make real dietary changes, and follow the guidance of a trained medical professional.
Okay, final section, Section 5, your doctor discussion guide. Knowing you have stage 3 is a start, but you need the exact tools for your next appointment. When your nephrologist evaluates you, they aren't just staring at one single lab value. They're actually putting 7 very specific clues into a mental equation to build your unique treatment profile. They check the trend of your GFR over time. Is it going up, down, or just staying flat? They look for that protein in the urine we talked about. They might check your cystatin C levels, which is another protein marker in your blood. They literally need to know exactly how many kidneys you have. Believe it or not, some people have 1, 2, or even 3. Then they evaluate your blood pressure control, the impact of the medications you're currently taking, and your family history. Every single one of these details matters immensely.
So here is your action plan. Take a screenshot of this right now, because asking these 5 precise questions shifts you from being just a passive patient into a fully empowered health advocate. When you walk into that office, don't just sit and listen. Ask. Ask, what is my eGFR trend? Ask, do I have protein in my urine? Pin down your exact blood pressure goal. Ask what specific medications or diet changes make sense for you. And finally, ask, what is my actual risk of getting worse? These are the questions that truly move the ball forward.
Now, I want to leave you with a pretty sobering fact. Just because you feel good right now, today, does not mean your kidney function is totally normal. Kidney disease is incredibly sneaky and often doesn't present with any noticeable physical symptoms at all until the disease has progressed way too far. And that is exactly why proactive testing, asking those hard questions, and working closely with a specialist is just so absolutely critical.
So we've decoded the numbers, we've looked at the dietary swaps, and we've built your exact doctor discussion guide. The mystery's gone, and honestly, so is the reason to panic. Take that list of questions to your next appointment and take charge. But let me ask you this to finish up. If kidney disease is largely silent, who in your life right now might be fighting this invisible battle without even knowing it? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Now get out there, ask the right questions, and take control of your health journey.